All right, I think we're live now. Just do an audio test. Make sure everyone can hear me this time. Sunday Twitter notification. Great. I think we should be good. I tried to increase the volume of the video, the stream itself. So not only can you guys hear me more clearly, but you should be able to hear the actual presentation a lot more clearly as well. So hopefully that holds true whenever Xbox starts streaming, I guess in 10 minutes. Let me just confirm this is working. One moment. We should be good to go. Before we get started here, I'll briefly talk about what I am hoping to see. We already know we're not going to be getting Starfield at all, which is kind of unfortunate. You know, I assume they're going to have their own event or their own stream for Starfield. But clearly, you know, that's supposed to be coming out. What is it? At this point, they said the first half of the year. So they don't really have a lot of time. You know, it's coming up, or we're already through the end of January, and we don't have a release date for this game that's supposedly going to come out in like the next 5 months. So we'll see. Hey Zeta, how you doing, buddy? So there's a couple of things coming up that I am hoping to see. We have Avowed from Obsidian. We actually have a couple of Obsidian games. The first one is Avowed, though. We what's going on with that game? Like, that's supposed to be like the big RPG, you know, new IP from, you know, Obsidian Games, and I'm hoping to see something regarding its existence, because it was almost 2 years ago at this point that the game was announced, so we should be seeing something. Indiana Jones from Machine Games, the guys behind the Wolfenstein franchise, are making a Indiana Jones game, so hopefully we'll get some more details there. We have the Outer Worlds 2 as well, also from Obsidian, which, again, hoping to see some gameplay. We're probably going to see Redfall. I think we're going to definitely see Redfall. I'm hoping to get a release date on that. And then Hellblade 2, Senua's Saga, need a release date on that. It needs to be this year. Microsoft has a lot of work, and I'm really hoping that all these, you know, studios that they ended up buying are finally gonna, you know, we're finally gonna get some projects. I guess we're gonna find out whether or not they showcase, you know, the gameplay in this stream, whether all those rumors about these games going through troubled development cycles are true, because there's supposed to be another Perfect Dark, but you know, there's rumors that that's kind of been going through a lot of trouble. I think Crystal Dynamics is handling it, right? I thought it was passed on to them. It was oh gosh, who was it that was working on it before, and then supposedly they passed it along. I don't know. And then Forza Motorsport 8. So we're probably gonna get, you know, we're definitely gonna get Redfall, we're definitely gonna get Forza, but I'm hoping for those others as well. It'd be nice to get a Gears of War 6 announcement too, but I don't know if they're going to be taking some more time on that. And then what else? We have the Overdose from Hideo Kojima. That's supposedly the Xbox game that he's working on with Microsoft. So there's some potentially really exciting stuff here. Everything I just mentioned I'm really interested in. But we're going to have to see if it actually is showcased or not. Ugh. Anyway, so that's what I'm looking forward to. this for this presentation. Although I'm not really sure what else. They said it's going to be like 45 minutes long. I was expecting it was going to be like an hour and a half, almost 2 hours long, but it's not. They said it's about 45 minutes long. Starfield's a no-show, so they got to come out with some bangers. The chat's going crazy, as you can see. Hey Taylor, how's it going? Are you guys looking forward to anything in particular other than the ones that I mentioned? Avowed, Indiana Jones, Outer Worlds 2, Redfall, Hellblade 2, Forza 8, Perfect Dark. Like I'm trying to think what else Microsoft can show that we don't know about. I don't think they're going to announce any new IPs here, although I would like to see a Gears of War 6 announcement, just a trailer. I'm glad that they took their time with that game, that it's not coming out like, 2 or 3 years after. It's been like 5 years. Yeah, it would have been almost 5 years since Gears of War 5. That's a good, time window. Wolfenstein 3, hey X-Men. Wolfenstein 3, I would like to see it, I just don't know, because Machine Games is working on Indiana Jones. So unless they have a separate team working on another Wolfenstein game, that would make sense. Although, judging from the storyline, I'm trying to remember where it kind of left off. Well, Wolfenstein 2. If you want to count the spin-offs like Youngblood, I wonder if they're going to go to the 80s again, or if it's going to be more kind of modern times. That'd be really, really quirky. Do I think Sony will announce the next Uncharted game this year? You know what? It's hard to say. I personally don't want another Uncharted. I think that Naughty Dog ended that franchise so well. They did such a good job of just wrapping up the storyline and the characters. I don't want to see another Uncharted because I just don't want them dragging the series along and then eventually it just being ruined. But it seems inevitable at this point. These days people are less inclined to, they're less inclined to develop new IPs than they are just taking existing franchises and seeing how much they can kind of nickel and dime out of the consumer. I don't know if I don't expect another Uncharted this year if they will announce it. I don't think we'll get an announcement this year. I think we're still about a year or two out from potentially that being the case. We're talking like the second half of the generation is when we'll probably see another Uncharted game. I think Sony's focused right now on trying to, they have like the Last of Us multiplayer project that's coming out. What else is coming out this year? There's a lot of games that they're partnered with as well. A Sully prequel could be interesting. That I would actually be more excited to play. And to be honest, I don't necessarily need Nathan Drake to be in the games. I played The Lost Legacy and I thought it was fantastic. The Lost Legacy was a great game, and that didn't even have, that was just Chloe and Nadine. So, if they wanted to go somewhere that route, or, maybe his daughter, if they want to do that, kind of just depends. So, but I'd be down for that. A Sully prequel. I would like to see it become more dark, more gritty, something a little bit more grounded. And I think that Naughty Dog's more interested in doing that now, especially after doing The Last of Us. Uncharted 4 was a little bit more grounded than the other ones, so it wouldn't be the same regardless, but I'd like to see something a little bit more gritty. And I think a Sully prequel in that sort of style would be something that people would be definitely down for. So I just don't think that we'll get an announcement anytime soon. So, yeah, let's hope that this presentation, God, if you're an Xbox console owner only, you've been really, really itching for some good games. It's been a slow grind for Xbox fans. Ever since Halo. Halo came out, and especially with just the complete screw up that is right now. Everyone at 343. Those thousands of people got laid off. That's just horrible. But you know, it just sucks because Halo Infinite is a good game. It's a good game. You play it and it's like, man, it feels great to play. The campaign, the story mode is solid. The multiplayer is really fun and engaging. But gee, they just didn't know how to manage it. And I know that 343 is still in charge of Halo, which I don't know if necessarily is the right decision. I'd rather see 343 do something of their own, you know, like a new IP, and then give Halo to someone else. Maybe even form a new studio. I don't know. Just get some new creative talent in there. Someone who really has a vision for how to bring that franchise into the modern times. Because yeah, it's been struggling, and it sucks because it's a good game. Yeah. I think Sony was supposed to have a show in late 2022, but they pushed it. I heard that too. I mean, they had some announcements at the Game Awards. Microsoft had nothing at the Game Awards. That's the difference. You know, you at least got some stuff, and they have PSVR 2 coming out next month as well. I mean, Sony's taking care of, you know, their consumers. They're not necessarily having, you know, conferences, but you have games to play. You have exclusive titles to play, whether directly from Sony or the third-party developers. You know, Forspoken, excuse me, just came out. What is it? Tuesday? Was it yesterday? It just came out, yeah. Just came out yesterday. And listen, you know, the reviews for that are lukewarm at best. I'm still going to play the game, but hey, it's something to play. You know, if you're a PlayStation fan, like you're getting some content. So, you know, whether or not the games are necessarily critically acclaimed, I think isn't the point. Let me see. Is it starting already? Should be good to go. Oh, it's starting shortly. Okay. Project Gotham Racing. I would love to see that return, but I don't think Microsoft... I don't see the point of having PGR along with Forza, and I think that's why they pushed PGR off to the side. You know, it's like okay, we have Forza Horizon. What do we do with PGR? Because it's like somewhere in between. It's an arcade track racer. And I just think that they didn't have any place for it in their current catalog. Anyway, I hope that this is good. Hope that this is entertaining. By the way, let me know regarding the volume of the stream, whether things are too loud. Because I have increased the volume of the video slightly. So you should be able to hear me more clearly, as well as the presentation more clearly. Dude, let's get going. It's 1 o'clock? Or 12 Pacific time. Here we go. There we go. All right. Yeah, let me know if that is too loud for you guys, and I can lower it. Stream is good. I guess we'll get the audio issues out of the way if there are any, but I'm hoping that you guys can hear the music clearly, as well as my voice. Like one isn't overpowering the other. So I'll make adjustments as needed. Towards this weekend, I'm gonna be doing my actual, I don't call it game of the year, but you know, my favorite games of the last year. So if you've been waiting for that, that's coming up this weekend. I'm gonna try to get that out, and kind of run through all the games I played, and of course talk about my favorites and why. So that's still coming up this month, but more towards this weekend. Alrighty, we all good with the audio? 10 seconds. I think we can get a new Spyro game. Oh yeah, that actually makes sense. We had what, Crash 4 not too long ago, so I could see them bringing Spyro back as well. All right, here we are. Spyro, I was more into Spyro than I was Crash, to be honest, when I was young. I used to play Spyro a ton. That was my favorite of the three, you know. Or really, it was only two. Because didn't Sucker Punch not come into the fray until later? Was Sly Sucker Punch's first PlayStation franchise? I think it was. So they had a countdown to another countdown. they're doing what's that called? You know, during E3 when everyone got pissed at the countdown to the countdown. I forgot what that was. Microsoft is doing it here. Zeta, were you a Spyro or a Crash person? I always like Spyro. Countdown to countdown. All right, turn 10. It looks like we're gonna start off with some Forza. Oh, it's Tango. Oh, that's right. They own Tango now. So we'll probably get a Ghostwire Tokyo announcement for Xbox. That's right. I really hope Redfall can be enjoyed offline. You know, single player is what I mean by that. I'm a bit turned off by the multiplayer aspect of it, but Deathloop looked really bizarre to me, and then I played it and I thought it was fantastic. It was definitely, it was a lot more than what I was expecting it to be. So I'm hoping the same thing with Redfall. 5 big games. Oh, so this is all they're showing? Tango, turn 10, Mo Yang. Oh, wow. I'll be a bit disappointed, to be honest, if we don't get any surprises here.
Hello, I'm Dennis Reese, executive producer of Minecraft Legends. And today, we'd like to give you an insider's look at how we're building the PvP multiplayer experience for the game. Minecraft Legends is a new action strategy game set in a lush, dynamic world. It introduces
Sucker Punch made games on the N64. Okay,
alliances with
I didn't know that.
And familiar Minecraft mobs to stop the invading piglins.
Minecraft Legends will let you play the story-driven campaign as an online co-op experience together with your friends. And it will also feature a PvP gameplay mode where 2 teams with up to 4 players each works to destroy the opponent's team space. The game will support cross-platform play and online matchmaking.
In order to create the best possible experience, we've partnered with Blackbird Interactive to develop the game.
Yeah, I agree, Tyler. I mean, they already kind of put out there that there's nothing Starfield, which I think is a bit of a disappointment. They're probably going to have their own showcase for that, but it's like, you didn't have anything to show at the Game Awards. This is the time when you're supposed to show stuff.
We're super excited to share more details.
That's my perspective on it. It's amazing how just Minecraft has lasted this long.
That make PvP unique. First off, players share their army and resources with their team. This means that individual players aren't able to win on their own. They must cooperate to be successful.
What happened to that HoloLens demo that they showed, where Minecraft, like the whole level came out from the desk? Like they're talking about that being, you know, their version of virtual reality. It's augmented reality, but they're talking about it being like that's their focus. That looked really, really good.
This means that each PvP session is different.
I have not watched The Last of Us show yet. I'm so behind on TV shows. So I'm gonna get to it, honestly, probably by the end of the year. That's just the nature of how I watch things. I watch things super late.
In Minecraft Legends, the piglins are an ever-present.
I'm trying to think what I finished off. The last show I watched was the Book of Boba Fett, which I actually did enjoy. I have to still watch. There's a bunch of Star Wars stuff I have to catch up on, like the Obi-Wan show.
In
They're going to be
PvP,
doing
there's
another
something for everyone.
Mandalorian, I think.
For players
There's
who like
another
action,
Star Wars
they can
one
go
as
attack
well
the
that I'm
payloads or lay
forgetting.
siege to the enemy base. For players who enjoy exploration,
Cyberpunk.
they can
I
search
need to
the
watch
world
the
to find
Edge
resources
Runners
for their
show.
team, hidden treasure chests,
You know,
or
The
scout
Last
enemy
of
base.
Us, of course. There's just a lot of stuff I'm
Gathering
kind of behind
resources to
on.
help the team out, that's super important.
So,
But
it looks really
whenever
good,
I
though.
get into a PvP match, the first thing I try to do is to track down the Regal Tiger. It's my favorite mob to ride because it's really fast, but it's also really cute.
For players who like building, you can
Yeah, I mean,
spend
at this
your
point,
time building
Minecraft
defenses
is...
and upgrading your base,
like a decade
because
old,
soon
right? It
enough
might
your
be a little
enemy
bit
will
older.
attack, and you
I
need
think
to
it's a
be
little bit
ready.
older. Usually
So the
games
first
like
thing I
this,
do when we
though,
start
you
is
know,
everyone
they
runs off.
they start a
I
cool
open a map,
trend,
see where
and
the
then they
enemy
kind of
base
just
is.
fizzle and
First
die
thing I
off.
build is what we
And
call
with
an
Minecraft, you
upgrade
know,
tower,
Microsoft paid
which allows
billions
you
of
to build
dollars,
upgrades,
so
I place that at the back.
they're gonna make sure to
And
get their
enemy.
ROI on
So
that.
I
But
really pride myself in making, you know,
it's pretty incredible.
impenetrable bases.
You know, it just reminds me of those games I
Since
used
the
to
goal
play,
of
those old
PvP is
PC
to
games I used to play when I was a
destroy
kid,
the opposing
like
team's base, defending
RuneScape.
your own base is really important.
For some reason,
You
this
have to
game
start
kind of
with a lot
reminds me
walls,
of
a
like
lot of
those
towers,
types of
and
games.
some gates.
When I was like
After
10,
that, you can just add whatever
and
you want,
I would
freestyle it a bit.
I would get on my computer, it
I
was
like
like a
to
Windows
add
XP
different
computer,
layers of
and
walls.
then log into
So my opponents
RuneScape,
have to find their way through to my base, almost like a maze.
which I think you can still play now, right? You
So
can still
walls
play
are up,
RuneScape.
I like to actually hide my ice traps behind
It's
them
crazy.
to catch enemies off guard.
When it comes time to finally take out the other team, my favorite strategy is to make a forward camp just outside the enemy base. Then I get the biggest, strongest mobs I can as fast as I can and start sending them in. Then I can smash down the walls, take out their mobs, and claim victory.
The real fun of PvP is creating a strategy, having a game plan, deciding how
RuneScape's
you
still
can
around? Yeah.
crush the enemy, and then all of a
That
sudden
now
they'll
that's
tell you-
impressive.
The opposing team
That's
just
really
built a
impressive.
redstone launcher.
And you're like, I can't do my attack now. I've got to like build an anti-siege tower, which is an anti-air tower, to stop the redstone launchers.
You know what I
You
don't
just have to
understand?
be
You
constantly
have these
changing
large
tactics.
companies like Microsoft, billions of
sometimes you have no
dollars,
idea
and
what
they
they're doing.
only stream
And then
in
you
1080p.
certainly find out very quickly.
I find that so bizarre, especially because you can stream. Can you do 4K streaming now on YouTube? I think you can. You could definitely do 1440p.
Where they built a bunch of what are called plank golems.
But you know, like they have all the
which are
resources
archers.
at Microsoft to
They're
do
very
that,
weak,
and I'm
but
just
they do a
surprised
high
they don't
amount of
ever
damage, and he had 40 of them.
create
He just
higher
ran
quality
through our base,
streams.
ran around our tower and took out our entire tower.
That'd be great.
With such a simple strategy.
And that's why we still love
Yeah,
playing
that's a
every day,
good-
'cause
a good
every
point.
game is
It
different,
probably
you
would be
never know what's
massive
gonna
if they
happen.
brought RuneScape to consoles. Gosh, it's so antiquated though. I guess it's like World of Warcraft where they'll just update the graphics, right? Because they have WoW Classic and then you have like a newer updated version of World of Warcraft. But you can still play the original version. So I guess it would be similar to that. Well, there's a release date for Minecraft fans, April. That's a good time because nothing's going on in April, but this isn't my cup of tea, obviously. We have Dead Island 2 in April, now that Dead Island 2's been delayed. Oh, they're giving release dates. Okay. Alright, turn 10. Forza 8, or are they just going to go with Forza Motorsport and make it a live service, always updating game? I hope it's the former. I'm not into live service at all.
Hi everyone, I'm Chris Sasaki, and welcome to Turn 10 Studios. The team is hard at work bringing you the next generation of Forza Motorsport, built from the ground up to take advantage of the Xbox Series consoles. This is the most technically advanced racing game ever made. Today, I'm joined by some of our amazing team members to show you how we are making it look real, sound real, and feel real.
I think they'll hit the release date for Dead Island 2 this time. They felt so bad. Did you read that post when they first delayed it? They were like, "We're so sorry. We know it's just..." Like they were worried that they were going to be made fun of.
At launch,
So I think they're
Forza
going to hit that
Motorsport
April date.
features over 500 cars for you to collect, race, and customize with more than 800 unique upgrades. This includes over 100 new to motorsport cars, the most modern race cars we've ever featured on our
Dam
roster.
Buster needs to release a quality
Racing
game. Their last game was Homefront: The Revolution, and
The advancements
I was
in our
able to
physics
find the
model
fun in
are
it, although I
greater
did
than
play it on
Forza
PC
Motorsport
back in the
5,
day, so but that
6,
game had major
and
performance
7
issues.
combined.
So
This
they
makes
need
our driving
a
experience
quality
more fun and
release,
rewarding
especially
in the way
because
the car
Dying Light
accelerates,
2 kind of came out
performs, and
disappointingly.
brakes. Our materials and shaders are built from the ground up.
It's gorgeous, by the way.
At higher resolutions and optimized for a cutting-edge ray tracing experience. Our paints are sourced using a spectrophotometer to capture multiple data points of light behavior on a surface. This yields a paint model that has a much more realistic light response across color, metal flake, and gloss.
I hope that this game looks
Damage and
better
dirt buildup
in the
is
actual
unique to
game
each car.
than Gran Turismo
It's now
did. 'Cause
contextually
Gran Turismo
aware
7
and
looks
more
great,
localized.
and then you play the
We
game,
simulate
and
paint
in the actual
thickness,
game, it's
chipping,
like,
and
alright,
functionality.
it still looks
Dirt
good, but
accumulation
it's not like
is more
wow.
realistic, gathering more
I
in
hope
the
this game
low-pressure
is
area
like a big
recesses
wow,
and
has a big wow
alcoves.
factor like
These
that.
innovations tell the story of the
They
work
said they
you
had ray
put into
tracing
a
in the
race
game, which is
and reflects
impressive.
the marks and battle scars of motorsport.
Horizon 6 in Japan? I'd be down for that. That'd be
This
really
is our
cool.
best sounding Forza Motorsport
That'd be
ever,
really nice.
and the first to be mixed natively for immersive audio formats like Windows Sonic and Dolby Atmos. To create an immersive soundscape, each audio system has been rebuilt from the ground up to deliver a new level of sonic depth and authenticity for our players. Modifying car parts like your exhaust and turbo change the car sounds in Forza Motorsport, just like it would in the real world. Every car now has a variety of sound possibilities based on the parts you've installed. Hardware-accelerated convolution reverb accurately reproduces how sounds in Forza interact within an acoustic space, dynamically adapting to its surroundings and creating a realistic and detailed soundscape. New features like our regional track announcer system and improved tire and suspension audio bring a new level of realism to the game. Hear Forza Motorsport like never before. Every tire squeal, every engine, lap after lap.
Okay.
Forza Motorsport launches with 20 environments, built from the ground up for this generation. You'll get to race on iconic fan favorites, as well as 5
Need for Speed
all-new
Underground 1
motorsport
and 2
locations,
remake would be incredible.
including our first
Yeah.
in South Africa,
Any
Kyalami.
of those older titles.
We capture our
Just
environments to an
fantastic.
incredible level of detail. When we reference a track, our team comes back with
Again,
over 3
Unbound's a good
terabytes
game, but
of
it's
highly
just it's
detailed
held back
photogrammetry
by the
and
creative
user
decisions of the more recent
Through
Need
the
for
power
Speed
of the
games.
Xbox Series consoles,
It's
we're
unfortunate.
able to use this data to draw up to 10 times more detail than previous generations.
Wow.
You'll see lush trees, dense grass and overgrowth vegetation, animated track light,
16
physically based lighting
times
and
the
volumetric fog
detail.
effects, and a fully procedural cloud system that evolves organically.
It all just
Tracks
works.
look alive, sound alive, and feel alive with cutting-edge visuals and crowds consisting of tens of thousands of fully animated 3D spectators, so you're always immersed in the pure spectacle of racing. For the first time in Forza Motorsport, fully dynamic time of day with weather ensures a constantly evolving racing experience where no 2 laps ever look the same.
Didn't they?
Meanwhile,
Was it Gran
dynamic
Turismo
track
that had
temperatures,
day-night
wet driving
cycles?
surfaces, and rubbering in ensure that no 2
I thought they
laps
already
ever
had that.
play the same. I love the detail our talented team of artists have built into Kyalami. Fast forward to night, and the vista is truly breathtaking. You can see the distant light glows of the city, a beautiful visual touch. Even the Kyalami logo itself creates visual impact every time you see it, thanks to ray traced global illumination, which simulates how
Wow.
hundreds of thousands
They
of
have
light waves feel
RTGI
color as they bounce
and
between surfaces.
ray trace
We're
reflections.
rendering all our environments in 4K at 60 FPS with real-time
F-
ray tracing on track to create true-to-life reflections on all smooth mirror and flat glass surfaces. With the incredible detail
Okay.
and rendering features of our track environments, Forza Motorsport is truly a generational leap ahead with unmatched visual fidelity and authenticity.
So in game, you have ray trace reflections, But I guess during the flybys and all the pre-rendered, stuff, or not
Motorsport
pre-rendered,
is
but
back.
in-engine
And it's
stuff,
our most comprehensive game
it has
ever,
RTGI.
with over 500 cars,
That's
20
interesting.
environments, with more new race cars than ever before. You can experience all of this in our incredible new online racing mode and in our all-new car-building focused single-player career. We cannot wait for you to get your hands
Oh, that
on
would be
this
interesting,
incredible
Tyler.
game.
I'm talking like Wave Race 64, like those types of games. Yeah, those old we'll call them like sports. That's really what they are. They don't really get a lot of attention anymore. Coming, wow, no release date. This was another one that was supposed to come out in the first half of the year. You're telling me it's just, well, we already knew that. Wow, see, that disappoints me. Wow.
Yep, that's me. And you're probably wondering how I ended up here. Well, it's pretty standard. Check this out.
Sorry, was this Tango? Did they say this was Tango?
Multiplayer in my chest. It's powering up my new robot arm. Whoa. It's making everything sync up with the beat. Let's rock. This is awesome.
Okay. I'm getting slight Sunset Overdrive vibes.
That's the defect.
What in the hell am I looking at?
The name's Chai, not defect.
Is this the guy?
We'll take down this company. One boss at a time. Just so you know.
So it's a hack and slash in a more cartoonish style. Okay. Very different. This is Tango, right? Did they say that? Yeah, from the makers of Evil Within. Naturally. Yeah, I'm getting like major Sunset Overdrive vibes. Hi-Fi Rush.
Future Rockstar.
Good visuals. You know how hard it is to get like 3D depth with 2D drawings and stuff? Like in-game? That looked really good.
And I'm John Johannes, director on Hi-Fi Rush.
Yeah, I mean, that looks pretty good.
まあね、このゲームを僕が作ってたらもう全然違うゲームになってたと思う。だけどこういうゲームがね、生まれて本当に良かったね。
Alright. That's a genuine surprise. I'm down for this. It looks good.
So everyone thinks of us as putting out horror games like The Evil Within or spooky games like Ghostwire Tokyo.
Right.
But this is clearly something totally different. And if this game hasn't already leaked, fingers crossed, we hope it's a pleasant surprise.
Dude, that's so sad you have to mention that. And it's like a joke now. Everyone knows everything about, everyone knows everything about everyone and everything.
So we've been waiting for this for a long time. So let's jump in and explain exactly what Hi-Fi Rush is.
Yeah, this is different, very different for the studio, and that's great. I'm just impressed that they got the depth, like the way it looks in engine is pretty impressive.
It's a bit of a twist on your traditional action game. Here, your moves and attacks help create a living sound.
I thought
that means all your flashy moves.
Scarlet Nexus did a decent job as well.
The more you flow with the beat,
but this looks a little bit better.
Your attacks and abilities. You are in total control during combat.
So you control the music, your weapon's a guitar, and I guess the beats of your attacks control the music.
You play as Chai, a wannabe rock star and victim of a weird corporate experiment.
He's gonna be gorgeous in HDR though.
The entire world pulsing to the game soundtrack. As you can see, the beat moves the world around you, and it's the key to combat.
Interesting.
Your attacks will automatically sync to land on the beat, making Hi-Fi Rush a super easy game to start playing. However, attacking on the beat leads to combos that end with a musical countdown we call a beat hit. Think a big cymbal crash at the end of a drum solo, like this. Landing beat hits unleash a combo finish that adds unique musical flair and high damage attacks.
And the crowd goes wild. Oh, anyone see the guy that did this?
Yeah, looks interesting.
How about we see it all in action?
If this gets a release date and Forza still does it, I'm gonna just... That's gonna be the most hilarious thing. I hope there's variety with the music too.
You can jump, dodge, parry, and attack whenever you want, using whatever attacks you want. It's not about mashing buttons. The key here is feeling the beat. Your progress isn't blocked by missing the beat, but you get rewarded musically and mechanically for staying in rhythm.
Yeah, they are showing a good amount of gameplay. More gameplay than Forza did.
Cutscenes, dangerous obstacles, you name it. It all syncs to the music, creating an ongoing.
This seems like a
session
June release date for me. June or May.
To help out is 808. Your
That'd be a
robot
good
cat
time
companion
with this
who
game.
literally hovers over your shoulder and helps you find that rhythm. But we also have visual guides to help you even more. We want you to be able to enjoy Hi-Fi Rush, whether you're a Rhythm Pro or not.
I look so cool doing this.
Chai also gets by with a little help from his friends. Literally.
Get up, slacker. We've got work to do.
Chai will team
Is
up
there
with
co-op?
unlikely allies to expand his repertoire of moves both in and out of combat. There's Peppermint breaking barriers and juggling enemies, along with Macaron smashing enemy armor and knocking back enemies. Tag teaming with Chai's partners and attacks opens up huge possibilities for dynamic combos and over-the-top action.
That's not bad.
The extra help is handy, because when you're not fighting, you're going to be running around and wreaking havoc all over Vandelay's corporate headquarters, where everything is trying to take you down. You and your partners have a singular goal in mind: taking down the bosses of Vandelay Technologies. Besides wanting to erase Chai for being a defect, it seems they've got something a little bit more sinister on their corporate agenda. You'll fight through each department to take them all on, each level with their own musical spin on the rock genre. And then, we have a showdown.
There's a lot here. Wow.
Boss battles are climactic set pieces, varying from
Yeah, no, I mean, like,
and musical
I hope there's
mini-games to
more,
chase sequences.
but I'm glad that they announced a new game as well. Oh wow, look at all.
Amazing artists.
So are those independent artists?
Hi-Fi Rush is like nothing we've made at Tango before.
Clearly.
And we think it's like nothing you've ever played before either. It's a high-energy, feel-good rhythm action experience that's amazingly satisfying to play.
Whew. Pretty rock star move, Chai.
This looks good. It's different. It's unique.
もしね、ハイファイラッシュでお客さんから
And
怖いって
again,
言われ
it's
たら
it's new IP
これ
coming from
もう死んじゃう
Microsoft. It's a surprise.
まあ他にもびっくりさせることあると思うんだけど、例えば猫とか撫でれたりするの。
いやそれは当たり前でしょうね。
You can pet the cat.
でももう一つのサプライズはありますよ。
The real surprise,
まあ
Ghostwire
これはジョンの
Tokyo is
ゲーム
coming to
だから
Xbox.
ジョンからどうぞ。
So, not only were we super psyched for you to play this, we're happy to tell you that you can play Hi-Fi Rush tonight.
What?
Not a demo, the full game.
What?
Seriously. It launches on Xbox and PC a few hours after the show.
The fuck?
And yes, it'll be on Game Pass as well.
We hope you enjoy playing it.
Wow. I'm in complete shock they actually did that. Fully released. I assume it's a digital only game. There's no disc then. That's kind of sucks because I like having physical versions of these unique games, but Okay. I'm gonna have to add that to my list. I'm definitely playing this.
I believe it does, sir.
And that'd be good if it's like a smaller experience. If it's like 10 hours, you know, that's fine. I assume it's on Game Pass as well.
You're going out with the trash.
It just
Here's
looks
your Project Armstrong pass.
looks like really expansive.
Campus.
Wow. Okay. That's pretty impressive, I have to say. I was not expecting a game to be released today, and it's a new IP, and it looks actually interesting. It looks really good. I'm definitely playing that. Alright, this is ZeniMax. Is this, what's it called? Oh, never mind. Elder Scrolls Online.
Welcome to Hunt Valley, Maryland, and the headquarters of ZeniMax Online Studios. You just saw a cinematic teaser for the Elder Scrolls Online's next chapter. I'm pleased to reveal ESO Necrom, which will launch in June and is shaping up to be one of the best updates to the game ever.
Oh, God.
If you watch the teaser closely, you saw that Necrom will include one of the most requested features in ESO, a new playable class called the Arcanist.
Yeah,
It's
maybe
only our
later we'll get a
third new
disc
class
release for
since
that.
launch, and we know you're going to love it.
I'd like to have a physical copy
The
of it.
Arcanist wields
Looks
magic
good.
influenced by forbidden knowledge and has unique abilities never before seen in this world. Of course, the experience of exploring a new area of Tamriel is the heart of every ESO chapter. Necrom will unfold in Eastern Morrowind, not seen in an Elder Scrolls game since 1994, where you will meet new characters and enemies, reunite with some old friends, and explore a story based around the return of a well-known Daedric prince you just might remember from the Dragonborn Skyrim DLC. For those of you new to ESO, we release a new expansion called a chapter every year. Chapters are essentially standalone games in ESO that let you
It's pretty
adventure in a new
impressive.
region of Tamriel.
What's my favorite MMO? I don't
But
play
you don't
them.
have to wait for the Necrom chapter to jump in.
I don't play
We've got
them,
so
so
many
for me it's
amazing
like,
experiences you can enjoy
you know,
right
they're
now.
not even like my cup of
If you love
tea at
games
all.
like Skyrim
Although I
or
did try
Oblivion,
Elder
you'll
Scrolls
feel right at
Online when it
home
first came
amongst
out in like
the thousands of
2014,
stories unfolding
and it was
across
awful.
every
Like everyone
region of
agreed it
ESO.
was awful, and then they
And
just
as
fixed
anyone
up the
who's played a
game.
classic Elder Scrolls game knows,
And now it's like
it's all about
one of the
those
most popular,
feelings
if not,
when
I
you're fully
believe,
immersed in the world.
it's up there,
Remember
like
that
in the
feeling
top
when you
3,
first
I
encountered
believe,
a
most
dragon?
popular MMOs.
We've got an entire province that's overrun by dragons. Or
What's the
question
other
if
one
you
that
were
people play a
capable of
lot
taking down a
that
frost
didn't do
troll in
so well
Skyrim? Try it for
initially?
yourself
A
in
lot of them
ESO.
are like that, you know.
What about the moment you
A lot of them,
visited
they
the
come
city
out,
of
they're super
Morrowind that was
buggy,
built
and it's like,
inside
God,
the
this is
shell of a
awful.
giant crab?
And then like 2 years, and it's
For the
like a
Oblivion
completely
fans
different
out
game.
there, how about
It's
another chance
nuts.
of taking on the colossal Daedric prince, Mehrunes Dagon?
You don't like online only games? Yeah, it's, for me, it's like, I mean,
Just like any single player
a lot
Elder
of it is
Scrolls
just the
game, you can have a
repetition
blast
of the
simply by
gameplay,
following the main quest line.
and
Or seek out
I
lore
don't
and learn
play
more
like
about
I don't
the
play
world.
free to play games either.
Become a craftsman.
So for me, it's like I don't
Go
know.
fishing.
It's like a mindset thing. Like if I'm
Decorate
playing
and
something
furnish
that's
your
free to
home.
play, that tells me that the
Customize your
quality of the
character.
core experience
Play it
isn't
like an
there.
action
Like they
RPG.
almost try to get you
And when
to
you're ready,
buy
you can
microtransactions
easily
and all this
engage in
other
one of the
stuff
best
because
open world
they need to
PvP
make the money
systems.
somewhere. You
Run
know,
Dungeons
so
co-op
I mean
with
that's
your
my
friends for
perspective on
great
it.
loot.
But
Or
I like my
just
more
join a guild to
narrative-focused
chat with
games.
others. The possibilities
I
in this
seldom
virtual
remember
world
a
are
MMO
endless.
ever winning a
New
Game of the
players
Year
will immediately
list
feel
or
right at
nomination.
home because our community
So,
is
you know,
one of the most,
as popular
if
as
not
they
the
are,
most,
I don't think people
welcoming
respect them
on the
as much
planet.
as respect them as
We
much as like an
invite
artistic,
everyone who has not yet experienced ESO to give it a try and
you know,
create your own
an
stories
artistic
in our shared
experience.
world. There's
Like
no
it's not
required
held in the
subscription
same regards as like something
thousands
like
of
God
hours
of War,
of content to dig into, solo,
or even Halo necessarily for
or
its
with
campaign.
friends.
Even though the multiplayer is free to play, it's
Explore
like
nearly
people celebrate
every
the
corner
story,
of Tamriel
the story
with
mode
no
games a
level
lot more often.
restrictions. It's magical being able to travel almost anywhere you please from the moment you enter the world. ESO is available on PC and
Downside
Mac,
of online
in
only
addition
games
to
as well, they can
previous
shut
and
down the
current-gen
Oh yeah,
consoles,
exactly.
including
Well,
a
that's
purpose-built
you see me
next-gen
when I
version
went back
for
to
the
some of these
Xbox
games.
Series X and S with high-fidelity graphics and
You know,
enhanced
via my
performance.
multiplayer farewell
Added
videos,
bonus
like
for
some of those
Xbox
are just
players, it's on Game
fantastic,
Pass.
you know, and people still play them. But yeah,
Starting today,
you spend all
for a
this
limited
money,
time,
you buy
we're
the
making
game,
all
and then
past
it can be
chapters
just taken from
available to
you.
explore
And I have
for
no
any
idea
player.
how
So everyone
legally
can test
that
drive
ever
all
became
of our
something that
adventures,
people would
including our
accept,
take
but
on
they do.
Skyrim, Morrowind, Oblivion, and much.
Didn't in
much
Destiny
more.
Destiny 2 they took
That's
away
awesome.
content
We
from
have so
people.
many
Like
passionate
previously
and
people
talented
bought
developers who
DLC.
continue to add
They
to Elder Scrolls lore by
when
producing
the new
handcrafted
expansion
epic
or something
adventures.
like that came out and
And
they
I'm
completely
immensely
rewrote
proud
or
to be a
redid
part
how
of
the
it.
game was structured. They
Believe
took
me,
away
we have
certain
tons more to
content
share,
that people paid
and I
for,
can't wait for the
and
team to
everyone's
show
like,
it
oh
all to you.
yeah, that's
Join
fine.
us after
You know,
this
like they don't
show for the
care.
2023
It's like,
ESO
God,
Global
man.
Reveal, where we'll go deep into all
And even
things
if you never
Necron.
played it, like even if you
Thanks.
played
See you
through
in
the
Tamriel.
stuff that you purchased and you're never gonna go back to it, it's like that's not the point. The point is you bought it. It was yours. You owned it, and they took it away from you. So it's not something I care about. So that has a release date. An expansion has a release date.
Something evil is swallowing up.
Oh God, is this the last thing? They're really gonna end the show with these 5 things?
Nobody ever believes things can get this bad until it happens. Then it's too late. But
I'm hoping this has a good offline,
who can fight
well, single player mode, I should say. Because I don't think the previews for Deathloop were that great, and then you can play the game and it's like, oh, this looks, you know, fine.
Welcome to Redfall,
So I hope it's like
Massachusetts, where the
Deathloop,
calm
where you
seas
can
and
just kind of
sunny
play it on your
skies have
own,
been
even though there
eclipsed
is a
by
multiplayer
legion of
component.
vampires. Redfall is a story-driven shooter at its heart, which can be played single-player or co-op. with
Zeta's
up
a
to
huge
4
fan of
players.
Dishonored 2, so
Choose your hero, each
he's
with their
probably a
own
little bit
unique
more interested in this
abilities,
than I am.
and form the perfect
Dishonored 2
vampire
is
slaying
fantastic,
squad
but
to take back
I don't think we're ever
Redfall's
going to get another
haunted
Dishonored
streets.
game. I wonder if they will announce the date for the Starfield event here. Oh, I doubt it. That would piss people off. I think people are already going to be pissed off, but
Exciting step forward, building a lovingly
I don't know
detailed
if
open world
they would take
deliver
also
our
being
largest
told,
setting
oh,
ever.
this is just the prelude. Other
Every
stuff
inch of
is
our open
coming.
world is
Tune
carefully
in
handcrafted
2
and
weeks from
packed
now.
with
You
environmental
know, it's like,
storytelling.
why don't you just wait and do all this in one
Explore the
event?
streets of a quaint island town.
Ugh.
From the once bustling downtown to the haunted forest.
I don't know what these
to the
marketing people,
decimated
how they come up
seaside
with this
boardwalk
stuff.
and gorgeously
It's just
detailed
baffling to me.
landmarks. But it's not all danger all the time. There are safe places on the island.
You didn't
where
like
can rest
Deathloop,
up,
Zeta?
Chat with survivors and resupply.
See, I liked Deathloop a lot.
They were at the
It was
fire
different,
station, one of your
but
home bases.
I really enjoyed it. I know a lot of people though who
This is
didn't
one
care
place
for the
you'll receive
game.
missions
They
from
thought it was a
survivors.
step backwards from
There's something I need you to do.
Dishonored
the
and
old
Prey.
boathouse in the bay. It's been used for over a century to keep boats away from the coastline. If we turn it back on, it's a
So
warning
I thought
to
they did a
anyone
good job with
trying
the
to come to
gameplay
Redfall
though.
right
Like
now.
Deathloop felt
Easy,
great
right?
to play. I don't think
Well, the
Dishonored.
lighthouse keeper's a real
Dishonored took.
Joined up with those
I mean, if you played it on
cultists to the
PC, you
damn
were fine, but the console versions were very laggy. And Deathloop, the way the gunplay felt in Deathloop was
Here's a vampire
fantastic.
known as the Shroud. Shrouds
So, but it
blanket
was a
the
different
area in
game.
darkness,
It wasn't,
disorienting
you know,
their prey.
it wasn't structured like Dishonored
They
or
hurl
Prey at
lethal
all.
projectiles and can even shift through the
I'm actually
floor
surprised
to
we
avoid
don't have a
damage.
Prey 2. I'm sad we don't have the original Prey 2. I will never get over that, but I'm surprised we don't have a sequel to Prey 2017. Because everyone critically loved that game. It was fantastic. Didn't feel like an upgrade for you, Deathloop? See, this part interests me if I can play it like this without having people online and messing with me and over the chats saying, "What's taking so long? Hurry up. He's in there somewhere. If you die, I'll revive you. Hurry up." Like, that's what pisses me off. It's like, I want to play at my own pace. Those animations looked horrible, by the way. I'm sorry. The animation was like PS2 era. He like quickly turned over 90 degrees. Wow. So the invisibility you can get by the vampire. They can't sense your heartbeat. Or smell your blood.
The lighthouse is back up, but there's more waiting for you. Taking down vampires angers the vampire gods, who will summon the Rook to take you down.
Taking down vampires pisses off vampires. Newsflash. How big is my PS2 collection? Dude, it is growing. I might need to make another update video. I got some other games that I need to get black labels for because I don't want greatest hits. So what do I have? I have some stuff here. Like Battlefront, the original Battlefront, Hot Pursuit 2, Black, and Destroy All Humans 2. I have these on greatest hits. I need to get the black label. Well, black label artwork, I should say. I don't care if it's the greatest hits disc, but I just want the artwork to be the original launch black label versions. It's just my OCD. My OCD takes over, and it's like, God, I hate the red with the black. It doesn't match. So it's growing. See, they're showing all this tense gameplay, and to me, I'm like, okay, you know, I can get behind this. I can play this. But is this really how the game's gonna be, you know? That's the only thing. Because all they're talking about is co-op and multiplayer, shared world, and all this stuff. But can I play the game like this? That's my only question. Can I play it in a single-player offline state, going through the world and just stealthing through? And I guess these guys have silver bullets in their guns. This kind of reminds me also of Left 4 Dead. Not as crazy, but I think it's the art direction. Kind of reminds me of Left 4 Dead. I think no one plays like in the trailers. Oh, that's my point. Yeah, no, that's my point. No one does play like in the trailers. They just sprint through. You know, chuck grenades and just rush through the game. It's like I don't want to play with people like that. And that's the majority of players. You know, they're not there to immerse themselves. They just want to mess around and have a good time. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just not how I want to play my games. You know. So I just keep to myself. The weapons look cool. I'll give him that.
To destroy a nest, you have to take out its heart, and all of the vampires willing to die to protect it.
Horrible way to die.
Stir it. The life. I woke them up. Just one bite.
I will say that I think the vampires in Twilight look scarier than the ones in this game. They're not even like fast. They don't have any powers. I guess they take bullets, you know, but it's like you can shoot them in the face and get headshots. They run at you at normal speed pretty much. I guess they just surprise you. The next Nintendo Direct is February. Well, what's... I think other than Zelda... Isn't Metroid... They're working on another Metroid game? Switch is, Switch is pretty much done in terms of its life cycle. Nintendo's holding on as long as they possibly can. But it's pretty... You know, it's there. It's pretty much there. We need, I don't think Nintendo wants to, you know, migrate over. I think it's shitty times right now for a new console to launch anyway. It just is. We saw what Sony and Microsoft were doing, struggling to get those consoles out the door. But yeah, it's time for another Nintendo platform.
Layla's lift ability can be upgraded to launch teammates for airborne attacks. Upgrade Layla's umbrella ability.
What is exciting is looking at the Steam Deck and imagining what a next Nintendo Switch could do. Because you know Nintendo's going to make sure that they keep with the same dynamic portable mode, dock mode. Like, that's got to be an element of their next console. They're not going to... I can't imagine... I mean, they're crazy, right? They like to take risks, but I can't imagine them doing something so insane as saying, well, yeah, you know, we're making a traditional console again. People would be like... Like, it'd be such a bizarre move with how successful the Switch is.
Let's hit on the arsenal. There's a wide range of
but
weapons
they
from
can pack a lot
military
more
gear
power
to
into
new
that now.
vampire-slaying inventions.
They get ray
From
tracing
shotguns to
on their
sniper
next
rifles.
platform, and like an OLED screen. They don't even have to make it 1080p. They can just stick with the 720p OLED screen,
Also vampire stakes.
and
Find
I think
these
people
in
would
the
be
world
fine
to
with that.
Customize your weapons.
Fix the controllers though. They gotta fix that Joy-Con issue. So, I have
When you reclaim
I had
significant
the
sections of
Switch
Redfall,
Lite that I
the
got
last step is to face the underboss
somewhat
that controls,
recently,
or used to control, that
because I
neighborhood.
never play my Switch
Underbosses
docked
are
at all.
powerful elites of
So
the
I got
vampire
this
god,
special.
with their own
Look how
unique
gorgeous
abilities,
this
like
is.
this one's shield.
This is a Pokemon. Forgot what it is. It's a special Pokemon edition Nintendo Switch Lite,
Prove yourself against the underboss,
and
you'll receive a key
I bought it
of
brand new.
sorts.
It's this
A skull that
beautiful,
gets you one
beautiful
step
gray
closer to
color,
facing the
like this
ultimate
gunmetal
threat,
gray.
the vampire god.
So it looks really sleek, right? Very nice. And then on the back, you have the actual Pokemon symbols. So, but I have this nice carrying case with it, so I keep it in here basically most of the time.
We sometimes joke
And
that
you
our
don't even
games
see
can be
like the
tough to
Pokemon
define.
artwork on it, you
The
know?
one
It just
thing
looks
that's
really
consistent?
sleek. It's
We
a
make the
gorgeous,
kinds of
gorgeous
games
console.
We love to play.
And that's how Redfall was born. We blended
Whoa.
everything we love here at
So that's my
Arkham.
main Switch now.
Immersive
I just
open
play off
worlds,
that Switch Lite,
unique
and I like the
and
smaller
customizable
form
heroes,
factor, and the
RPG
screen still looks
and
pretty good.
FPS gameplay.
And of course, our signature storytelling.
I think we'll
and
see the
rich
next
world
Nintendo
building.
system in
Along with our
2024.
spin
Yeah,
on one of the most classic monsters of all time.
Vampires.
the end of
It's been
2024,
amazing to see
2025.
how
Yeah.
all of us have pulled together to deliver our vision for something new.
Redfall is the biggest, most ambitious game we have ever made.
Our teams dove head first into this new opportunity, and we can't wait for you to experience Redfall for yourself.
I haven't played a bad
have to wait too
arcane
much
game.
longer.
I will give them the
Redfall's
chance.
coming on May 2nd.
May 2nd.
Thank you
Okay, we
again
got a
for
release
joining
date for
us,
this.
And we'll see you soon in Redfall.
If they didn't have a release date for this, that I would have just been like, what's the point of this conference? In fact, I'm still sitting here kind of, what's the point of this conference? This is stuff that you could have given us in trailers. Besides the surprise announcement of Hi-Fi... I forgot the name of it already. But besides that surprise announcement, what was here that couldn't have been just a trailer that just came out? That's it. Really. This is all you have. An outro sizzle. Wow. I'm gonna be honest, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed. Besides that one game that they just showed. This is stuff that could have been in a much larger 2.5 hour presentation that included Starfield, that included, what are all these games I just mentioned? Avowed, Indiana Jones, Outer Worlds 2, Hellblade 2, a Perfect Dark update, a Gears of War 6 announcement, Overdose from Hideo Kojima, like Hi-Fi Rush, that's what it's called. Okay. Again, this is the most exciting thing. This looks great. Great graphics, cool combats, interesting, style, and just new. It's refreshing, and it's out right now. I like that. This other stuff. All right, yeah, Redfall. Okay, I feel about the same as I did when I first saw it. It's like, okay, it has a release date. Could have been in a trailer. This to me seems like a thrown together response. Yeah, that's it. This to me seemed like a quickly put together response because everyone was complaining that they had nothing to show at the Game Awards. We're all sitting here. Where's Microsoft? Phil Spencer was at the Game Awards. What's his name from Sony? I'm just blanking on him. But Phil Spencer was at the Game Awards. Microsoft had nothing to show. What's his name from Sony? I'm blanking on his name right now. But, no one from Sony headquarters, Sony executives, they were not there at the Game Awards, yet they had more to show, So this to me just seems like it was just put together rather quickly. And I'm sitting here like, what's the point? This could have been a much larger This could have been all in a much larger presentation. You know? I want to see what other people are saying. That's it. Meh. L showcase. Some people are putting wins. Boo. Someone says Gears of War. Bruh. Redfall carried, I guess, to him. You already knew it was coming, though. It's like... Of course, then you had the fanboy wars going on. I was hyped for Hi-Fi Rush, but that ain't enough, bruh. Exactly. That's the exact thing I feel. 7 out of 10. I mean, people seem to have, like, the same meh, you know, thing. Like, yeah, like, this should have been longer. I mean, it should have been. This was not enough to have a showcase for, I feel. Have your surprise announcement, that's great, but, I mean, if your Starfield presentation is in another couple of weeks, why not just wait? You know? Just wait to have that, you know, have all this stuff in that presentation with Starfield and all those big major hit games. I mean, we heard about Hellblade 2 in the Game Awards 2021. We got gameplay of Hellblade 2. I believe it has a release window for this year. So it's kind of like, you know, we should have gotten a trailer. We should have gotten an update, something. No release date for Forza 8. We got a trailer for Outer Worlds 2 a couple years ago. Again, should have got something for that game. Avowed should have had something for that game. Perfect Dark. And then the Indiana Jones game. Like, yeah. This, to me, confirms that Microsoft was going through, or all those rumors about the troubled development stuff that these studios are going through. This to me, kind of confirms that. I'm just saying. You know, the fact that none of those guys, none of those heavy hitters were here or mentioned. Again, only if there's a bigger conference, but then why not just put this in the bigger conference? That's the way I feel. So... Anyway, thank you guys for being here. When do I plan to stream again? Well, I mean, at this point, I guess we're just waiting for more presentations. I'm sure Sony's going to have a state of play. I'm expecting sometime next month Sony's going to have a state of play. Because there's some games that we are still looking forward to and need release dates on. Wasn't there that game, Little Devil Inside from Sony? It's that indie game that's been in development for a couple years. I expected that to have a release date already. That's something that I personally, you know, I'm expecting to have in one of their state of plays. They're going to have release dates for some of these smaller games. And then we know pretty much about everything else. Honestly, yeah, the only thing that's coming out, we have Redfall in May, and then this Hi-Fi Rush game that just came out from Microsoft. So this year, the first, you know, quarter of this year is already pretty packed with releases, but we need more release dates for, you know, May, or April, May, and June. So, you know, those months are still looking a bit sparse. So we'll see. I don't know. 2023 looks to be an awesome year for games if we can just get announcements and release dates for these games. I mean, Alan Wake 2. Isn't there the Max Payne remake? I don't think that's coming out this year, though. But Alan Wake 2 was supposed to be this year. Trying to think what else. There's like a lot of big budget stuff. So, anyway, yeah. I'll just, I guess I'll be on standby until either Microsoft has a follow-up to this, or Sony has their state of play. Until then, I guess I'll see you guys later. As I mentioned earlier, this weekend I'm going to be doing my favorite games of 2022. People have been asking me for that, so I'm going to get on that this weekend, and I will see you guys then, where I'm just going to go through all the games I played and give you guys my favorites and why, and it should be good. Oh, my next unboxing, that's a good question, Tyler. I was going to do Dead Space Remake tomorrow, and I'm still getting the game. I'm still really excited for it, but I'm going to be out of town, basically. So I actually won't be able to get the game on release. So I'm thinking that the next unboxing will probably be Hogwarts Legacy. I've been debating in my head whether or not I even want to do it. Not because I'm not interested in playing the game. I am. I'm going to play the game. But people are just... I'm just seeing all this arguing, and just... People are so upset, you know, with... not with the game, but with J.K. Rowling and her shitty opinions. You know, it just seems that everyone who's even acknowledging that this game exists in some positive way, because it does look cool, is just getting trolled on. So... There's a part of me that's like, do I even want to make content for it? Do I even want to make an unboxing for it? Because do I even want to deal with that? So I don't know, but I'll probably end up doing an unboxing video for Hogwarts Legacy. Definitely Atomic Heart, though. That's one I'm so anticipating. I can't wait for that game. So I'm happy that that's coming out. I think it just went gold today as well. So sometime next month, basically, you'll see an unboxing video or two, depending on some things. So, all right. You guys good? I appreciate everyone being here. Thank you all very much for watching the stream with me. I'm sorry it wasn't a little bit more exciting, but I'm going to try out Hi-Fi Rush. I'm going to go get that game and check it out. So I might do some gameplay. I might update you guys on Twitter with some thoughts once I play it. But that looked pretty good. That was the most exciting thing here. So... All right, I'll see you guys later, and yeah, thanks for being here.